Hi, I'm Brian McGough, and I'm the retail sector head here at Hedgeye, and I'm here to talk to you about Quiksilver, ZQK. It's a name I haven't spoken about a whole lot, but I will talk a lot about in the future. Now, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. The primary thing is really, can this company grow? And I'll tell you why that really matters. So first is that if you look at all the bull cases out there, they're all based on the same thing. It's you have a new management team, and they're cutting costs, and they're making the company a lot more efficient. And that's fine, but that took a stock from 3 up to 8. I want to get it from 8 up to the mid-teens, and the only way it'll get there with top-line growth. So how do I get any kind of level of comfort around whether they can do that? So we did a survey, as we do a lot of 1,000 action sports enthusiasts, and we asked them a lot of questions to help us gauge as to whether or not this brand can grow. So there's a couple of things I want to hit on here. I will say overall I got great results. It gave me a lot of confidence that yes, it can grow. So if you take a look here at slide 1, this is our first question where we talked about, will you recommend these brands to your friends? And I was expecting rates of about 60 to 70%, and we got mid to high 80s, really good, above Converse, above Hawk. I mean, really, really good numbers, and I was very happy with that. If you flip to the next one, you're gonna see, and I'll spend a minute on this one, because it's probably the most important one. It's gonna show to the far right what percent of people will buy these brands in the future. And of course, those numbers are high, and that's great, and I was happy to see it. But I was really happy to see the far left. That question asks, who will never buy these brands again in the future? And there's almost nobody. I mean, there's not a lot of people who blackballed this brand overall, or these brands, I should say. So really, really a good result there. Lastly, are the brands authentic? They have to be authentic, especially with this crowd. Now, what we did is we isolated in this chart only people who are surfers and asked them which brands are most important, what would they buy, and in what order. And you get Quiksilver and Roxy to the far right that look really, really good. So I was happy with that as well. So what does all this mean? Well, I got to tie this back into my earnings model. That's where everything always ends up. Now, unfortunately, I'm in line with the consensus for 2014. I wish I was higher, but I'm not. It's the kind of name we're going to have to wait a year. But if you look past that, I've got them adding $600 million in top-line growth. This is a company that hasn't grown its top line since about 2008. I mean, it does not grow. It's been shrinking, and now I think it will grow again. I've got my operating margins going from 1% up to 15%, which is just massive, and I've got earnings going from sub-zero up to about $1.15. So overall, I think they're really good numbers there. So I wish I could share more with you here. I'm more than happy to give additional details. Please hit me on Twitter at Hedgeye Retail. Again, it's Brian McGough, and I thank you for your time this morning.